What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Lose Takes for another video. If you're new, please subscribe and like the video. Trying to get to 100 subscribers. So NFL free agency is happening. A lot of things is happening. One thing I noticed and I'm kind of happy for is how the emergence of the running back is coming back, the signature back in particular. But with the Cowboys, they're being very complacent and they underestimated the running back market, especially just only handing out about 2.8 million to every back that they saw fit, and just letting the market go dry. It's very frustrating with us Cowboys fans because we see that the trend is that we're going back as a league back to a running game priority type situation. That is the main counter to this passing league. That was our main Achilles heel during the game. Teams will take the air out the ball, time of possession, control it, and just exert their dominance with the running the ball. So I'm going to go over a couple of prospects that I really love in this upcoming draft. First off, I'm a big Texas Longhorn fan, so shout out to my guy Jonathan Brooks. He's a do-it-all back, the number one back on the board. Great vision, fit, get sideways for where we're going to be projected to pick him at. But here's some guys that I absolutely love. Three guys, three running backs. First, Bucky Irving out of Oregon. Man, when I turn on this film, I remember seeing him when he played Washington twice, even though they lost both times. But when he caught my eye, I loved his vision, but his most important and most useful skill that he has is balance. I get vibes of Alvin Kamara when he was coming out. It's just that he can stop on a dime, he can stop on a blade of grass, he can cut on on a whim. Like he can change directions instantly because he's so low to the ground and he understands that. And he's the type that if you can see he always loves to rip uh, safeties and incoming linebackers on the second and third level. He always makes them pay when it takes a lazy angle, and he has incredible receiving back ability. Excuse me. But yeah, I just love. He quickly, jumped off the screen when I was watching Oregon. I know everyone was paying attention to the receiver, Troy Franklin and Bo Nix and that connection. I was intrigued of what Bucky Irving because he showed up every game. He was a great changeup and it's just something else to be worried about when you spread out the defense and it's just you in the front seven, and his vision allows him to see a hole before it opens up, and he gets to the open field, he's gone. Another running back that is very underrated, Isiah Davis out of South Dakota State. I first noticed him back in his freshman or sophomore year when he played my undergrad alma mater in Sam Houston State in the FCS championship game. In that game, the game was getting away from South Dakota State, but he was the only one that was keeping them in it, and he was very dangerous. Almost came back and actually won them the game, and it was just amazing to me on how, like, knowing now that he was so young and how he was able to keep them in the game. He was very dangerous. So it's kind of satisfying to see him now. He's up here top 10 on the running back board, and he's finally getting some leeway. I know people are going to have issues about like the conference. He's the leading rusher of the FCS conference, and everyone's want to go for the big schools and big names. I'm here to tell you, as somebody who played in those smaller schools, it's all about the transferable skills. Those transferable skills, no matter where do you play in the sport of football, is going to transfer at any level. And some of his is he has great vision. When I watch him and watch him run, he has great vision. I think vision is very important because he understands why a run call is called. Why, well, if we see a 4-2 under front, why are we calling the counter in this situation, a GT counter, or why are we calling? And I just know if he continues to sharpen his sword, he's the type to sit in on O-line meetings and go over, blocking schemes, and he'll see, what hole will open up depending on if the wind here or if the wind there, or if it's front side, if it's back side, if it's a cutback. Like he understands run schemes to a T, and I think he uses that to his advantage, especially when using that. His next great attribute is footwork. He can create momentum in almost any situation with the side step here. Once he see the hole, it's amazing to see like how he's almost flat-footed when he's at a situation because the old line gets stalled, but he can create momentum, in a whim, which is a sidestep, and he's able to propel himself through the hole and gain 60 yards, 20 yards. Like it's a big game ability, and then also he's a great one-on-one with the ball. Like he's one-on-one with anyone in space, he's going to win it. And that's what you love out of a running back. They always preach, you better not get tackled by the first guy. You better make the first guy miss. And he brings that. And that, to me, is like a hidden ability with him. He has home run ability. So there is going to be games in NFL level where it's blocked up perfectly. If you can beat that one guy, you're hitting your head on the goalpost. And I think he's that type of person. The last running back that I want to highlight that I love if the Cowboys pick Braelon Allen out of Wisconsin. As a college football, enthusiast, I love college football. I have all the respect in the world for Wisconsin when it comes to physicality. That college, that program there, they know how to produce physical specimens, whether it be linebacker, especially O-line and center. If you want your guard and center, you need to go there. Running back, shout out to previous Melvin Gordon in the past. But Braelon Allen, you turn on the field, this guy's a bruiser. A bruiser. He's a physicality injector, which is what the Cowboys need, especially when it comes playoff time. I feel like we get complacent, we get soft, and I feel like he's gonna bring those one or two plays that will wake up the rest of the team. And that's all we need. He's a great package back. That's one of my gripes with him. I would say it's not a slight to him. He's not a signature back. He's not a premier back. He's definitely a 1-2 punch. He's the two in a 1-2 punch. I would say and so if we're going with us, if we already have a speed type back who can change up. If you want a bruiser, he's that type of back. I would say he's. So like on the short yardage, I think he would do great. He's always leaning forward. I look for that, and then just from a physical standpoint, him being at his size and his and weight, that 4.4 really intrigues me because he can create force, and when he gets to the second and third level and make them pay. If you turn on his film, man, he's running over any safety. He's just carrying dudes on his back. He's always going forward, and I feel like if we need a power back, I think we should go in that situation. But all these guys, this is all dependent upon the Cowboys' moves. We're projected, or not projected. We're talking to Zeke's manager, Zeke's agent. I heard Cooks, Dalvin Cook. We were talking to him as well. I'm all for bringing those guys in, but mainly Zeke. But we gotta understand that he's not a premier back anymore, and we're going to need to draft a back who's going to be a nice 1-2 punch again, or someone who can bring like the balance ability, the workhorse ability that can, I just don't believe Zeke, because at the stage in his career, he can take on all of these carries, all this workload. And I think there are some guys in here, some sneaky guys in here that we can get and that can help, turn the outlook of our current running back situation. Especially, we just got Deuce Vaughn and we got Rico Dowdle on us and the staff with Tony Pollard leaving. We are at a dark time right now with the RB depth chart, Cowboys fans. But yeah, if you like the video, like and subscribe. I will be dropping O-line videos, my top O-line prospects next, because I believe I'm projecting that that's where the Cowboys are going to go with the first pick, especially with the leaving of Tyron Smith. I think we have too many holes at the O-line, especially at center. And, and also with the exiting of Tyler Biadasz going into our rivals, I think we're going to pick a left tackle. I really do. Our tackle for sure. I hope we don't go right, but I'm going to be viewing my top 5 prospects around the Cowboys' range, because I understand there's some guys at the top end that I love, but I know they're just not going to be there. And also, I will be making a linebacker video, because Lord knows we need linebackers. Shout out to Eric Kendricks. We just signed him, a great guy that can help translate the scheme that what Mike Zimmer is supposed to do to the rest of the guys, to the young guys. But hey, look, we're gonna do the best we can to highlight some guys maybe the Cowboys are not seeing, and we're just gonna continue to hold out. Until next time, peace.